Hello, everyone of the zodiac sign of Pisces. Today, I decided that we're going to be looking into archetypes. So it's an aspect of yourself, an archetype of yourself that you're growing out of in the shadow aspect and you're moving into in the light aspect of. So there's negative and positive of both of all these cards. And I just want to know an aspect of yourself that you're growing out of. Some of you guys have already grown out of it, and it's going to show you like the positive things that are going to come out of it. And some of you guys are working through getting rid of it. Okay. So tell me, Pisces, what are you growing out of? Wow. We have the gambler. Relying on luck rather than hard work is the shadow aspect, and the positive aspect, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Okay. So this is interesting because intuition is a gamble, right? We have a tendency of believing that we can ATM the universe, right? That's what I call it, ATM the universe, where you just go and ask for, genie in the bottle, make your wish, and then you just sit there and let things to happen. And so the thing about this card, it's this energy of understanding that when you ask something from the universe, it also requires a commitment in your behalf. Like, it's not a one-way road, right? You ask for something and now it's time for you to do something for that to happen for you, right? I feel like the biggest problem that people have when it comes to magic or intuition or their abilities, their gifts, their whatever, is the fact that they go and they do rituals and they do manifestations, they do vision boards, they do all kinds of stuff. And then things happen in their lives that will require an active change, and it's going to be a really hard change, so they can manifest what it is that they're asking the universe that they want. And then they do everything in their power not to let their old world die, and they hold on to it by dear life because they think that something bad is happening to them, like they're paying karma, or somebody's sending evil magic to them or whatever, not realizing that you're getting exactly what you wanted, except the person that you are is not the person that has what you are requesting. Hold on. So a part of you has to die, an action that you're doing, a habit, like a friend group, it doesn't matter. Something has to die for you to get what you want. And so the gambler is kind of funny because the shadow aspect is kind of like genie in the bottle. I wish I'm going to make a vision board and I'm just going to sit here and it's just going to come to me. And then the light attribute is I'm going to continue to do this, go to therapy, go out there and apply for different jobs, go to school, work on, like, I don't know, read books, do whatever it is that you need to do. Because I know that this is the way that the direction that I want for my life. Work on this relationship, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Eat healthy, work out, even though I'm noticing that I'm not losing the weight as fast. This relationship isn't fisting as fast as I'd like. My money isn't growing as fast as I'd like. The situation isn't going how I thought it was going to be, and it's harder than I thought it was going to be. I'm just going to keep going because I know that this is the way that I'm going to get to where I want to be, and God got my back, right? That's the difference between the two. And every single one of you would know where you're at this time. And sometimes we're in this in different degrees. Like we have faith that God will make sure that we have a job and we can pay our bills, right? But then when it comes to the relationship, we have a little bit a sketch feeling for. So all of us have each aspect of this in a certain degree, right? And this feels very much like let go, let God. And God is a general term to whatever you guys might be believing in. I just realized one of my cards is upside down, and I don't like it when my cards are upside down. I want them to all be in the same direction, so that the message is, if a card turns over, it has significance. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, it was just a couple. That was weird. Just a few in the beginning. Okay, so let's find out how this is going to be affecting you. I wanted two, and then I realized two came out. Buy the book and message of the I was going to say a message in the Bible. Message in the battle. I wanted to say Bible again. That's really weird that I keep saying message in the Bible. Literally, this means there is no skipping steps. There is no faking it till you make it. There is no like, well, what if I bypass it and I do this because I really don't like that? There is none of that. It's either you do it exactly step by step how you're supposed to be going forward, or you're not going to be able to advance going forward. And here, message in the battle, again, I'm feeling very strong message in the Bible for somebody. So there might be messages there, and there might be a need to return to that so that you understand like how to progress or how to move forward. But message in the battle is literally talking about you need to go buy the book so you will receive the messages in the time they're supposed to come to you. But if you don't go buy the book, they're going to pass you by. It just feels very strongly that it's like somebody here is used to skipping steps. Somebody's here is used to bypassing. Somebody's here is used to doing like a ritual or whatever to avoid something that they should be doing, like binding rituals so this person can love me, calling money rituals so that the money can come towards me. But then as soon as the person's bound to you, they then are fighting to leave you, and you guys have a lot of arguments because it's not the right way to do stuff. Or let's say you ask for fast cash and you get it, but then all of a sudden all these problems come up and you need double the money that you actually got fast cash from. And it's like there is no spiritual bypassing here, and it feels really strong to say that. I think somebody should look up what spiritual bypassing is, and understand the concept, because I'm feeling spiritual bypassing, which is not what I'm talking about right here. Spiritual bypassing is also where you expect things to happen just because that's what God says. And this reminds me of, and then I'm understanding why spiritual bypassing, because the topic of spiritual bypassing came to me in a reading that a podcast that I saw about religiosity, right? Where a person uses the Bible and they're reading the Bible and they're like, but God said this is going to happen, but God said, but God said, but God said, and then they don't actively do something to be able to move forward in a situation. They just wait. And that's the old version. And I don't understand how come people believe that doing a spell, reading a passage of the Bible, asking for something is going to fix everything. You need to also do an action for things to happen, right? Like you can ask God for a job, but if you're sitting in your room and you're not doing shit, you're not going to find the job unless you're putting out resumes out there. Nothing's going to come towards you, right? They're not going to knock on your door and say, hey, I have the perfect job for you. It's just, that's not how it works. And because this is a school too, Earth is a school, and things are not just handed to you. I don't know. I feel like it's somebody that's overcoming this I can do a little spell and fix everything energy, or I can do a little prayer to God and boom, everything is wonderful and magically delicious. And see, the thing is, the first thing that flows out is the Tower card. And this Tower card, it's like if the Tower is an open mouth and it's puking out dead bodies. And it feels like somebody's spewing out a lot of negativity in their mouth that actually created a lot of negative outcomes in other people's lives because of it. I feel very strongly like this is spell work. And then we have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is impulsive, immature energy that just does what they feel at the moment. And then we have the Magician. You see, I told you, I felt it. I felt that this is magic. So So this feels like, I just heard sins of our fathers. So it's sometimes when we're younger, right? We have a tendency of using spell work. Um, and this can be prayers, this can be rituals, this can be spell work, it doesn't matter. But we used it as an armament, like it as a sword to smite down all of those people that were evil, that did all these evil things. Like, bitch looks cute, I'm gonna totally kill her with a beauty spell. I want this guy, so I'm gonna bind him. Things like that, you know? Um, I'm gonna read the Psalms and smite down all my enemies, even if they don't deserve it. And it's like the mouth, I just keep, the Tower card here is very impactful. And I just feel like the mouth was used to send so much ugly. And it was impulsive. It was impulsive. Oh my gosh. I'm like, this reading is like, and you did a gamble. I mean, whoever this is gambled with their lives and the lives of their children's with all the things that they spewed out. And then we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. And the connections that you had before, that's why there's a message in the battle. The connections that you had before, this feels really Book of Revelations, or that story of the rich man that gave money to 3 different people. It just feels like that, you know. One of them tripled it, and then the rich man just took the money that's his, and he said, do whatever, and like, you keep going with what you're doing. The second one, he doubled it again, same. Third one, he hid it, and he said, I knew you were like a fierce person, and I didn't want to have problems. And then he killed that guy, and then divided the money that he gave to that guy to the other 2 people, because they did what they were supposed to do with the money. And it feels like that. It feels like you were given a gift, Pisces. And this is the gambler, right? You were given a gift, and it might be an intuition gift, because Pisces people are very intuitive. They have a lot of gifts, and psychic connection, right? But instead of multiplying it and making life or whatever, you were creating death, because you were impulsive, because you had the power and you can. And now it's like by the book, like the book is being thrown at you. The things have to go in the way that they're supposed to go. And this is the message in the battle. And this is why it's saying the gambler. It's like, you know, you have to let this course play, and you have to allow the things to, somebody's just going to hate this message, I swear to God. You're going to have to allow things to take its course and finish what it's supposed to finish before you can move on. Like, I feel like somebody right now is paying, I just heard their just deserves, right? And it's like, you don't get to run away from it. It needs to happen in this lifetime. You need to live it. You need to live the pain that you spewed out in your younger years, because it's a Page of Wands, or when you were more immature. You need to pay that. And there is the Pentacle, the Three of Pentacles in reverse. It's like, they will absolutely not collaborate with you until this is done. And then we have the Ace of Wands. It's like hellfire is coming upon you. And this is interesting because the 3 fire ones are together. And then here we have the 7 of Pentacles, because there's a need to flush out your chakras. You need to flush out what you owe. And it's like, you know, everything we do in our lives, it clogs up our energy centers, and it clogs up our magic. And if you really want it back, then you're going to have to face the storm. And then we have the Queen of Cups here. And the Queen of Cups is, yes, you're stuck in your emotions. Yes, you're going to think it's unfair. But what all those people that were hurt from, and all those destinies that were derailed, and all those things that happened because of the magic that was spewed out by your mouth, what about those people? We have the four of pentacles here. And the four of pentacles is like, you kept so much that was not yours. You kept so much. Yeah, I just want to say that. You kept so much that was not yours. And people were hurt by that. And Strength card. And now it's time for you to face what you spewed out in the world. And Hangman. And that's why you're stuck. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that. In the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups, but I like this one because the only way to move forward is to balance out the scales. Oh, somebody definitely is not going to like this reading. I probably lost most of the people that were watching this like way in the jump. But I'm going to send out the message because it's supposed to be. What these cards are literally saying right now is you played with fate. You took a gamble and it was fun while it lasted. But now the book is falling upon you. Now you receive the messages. Now you will absolutely be disconnected from any spiritual whatever until you pay what is owed. And I keep hearing sins of our fathers. So I feel like things must just be paid. It's all I keep seeing. I hope this helps you. We'll see you the next time.